I'm gonna ask you a question. A seriously cheesy question, I'm afraid. Have you ever fallen in love with someone you shouldn't have fallen in love with? Well now, picture, if you will, a boy and a girl, and they are way too close to another boy. I mean really close. I mean so close that it can't possibly last and everything is gonna go wrong. And everybody else can see that, and of course it does. And then after that, everywhere, you seem to see people that look like him. I mean, maybe a shoulder or a curl or a wrist, but they aren't him. Of course they aren't him. And then, oh, it's been years, then you see, the day or a few days after having a dream about having seen him for the last time, you see across a bar someone, if not him, then someone that looks exactly like him. Across a bar. These are about just that. What a twist. Is it to serve me right for lauding the first time ever I saw your face? The moment across the crowded room. But I did see him, sauntering jauntily, all sex and shimmer. And I did see him enter with another, flashing his waistcoat and taking the piss. And I did see him sit opposite in a grey classroom and glance up warily. And I did meet him. See him first enter a dark lounge at the dark day's end in a dark mine manager's house, in a dark vale. Two dark-headed boys at the top of the stairs, and my, they're very good looking, I thought. So no wonder I'm so in love with the moment. Except that with you there was no moment. We were introduced in your rooms, and we didn't think much of each other to begin with. Oh, irony! And so I see you, or what I think is you, across a bar. And it's a lack of recognition. And if it isn't you, why does he look so like you? And if it is you, why do you just sit there? Across the room. It doesn't always have to be beautiful. The moment can be a bullet as well as an arrow. This next one is what's uncanny. What's uncanny is not only that I had a dream that felt like a wrapping up kind of dream beforehand. What's uncanny isn't even that I had it less than a week ago. I'll tell you what's uncanny. And that's writing down the dream and not getting around to reading it to him until today. I'll tell you what's uncanny. And that's reading it aloud in this bar and then coming back from the book and seeing you sitting there, having just recounted a dream in which I finally let go and ceased to regret you. Especially as you then showed yourself not worth regretting. No, now that's uncanny. This is number 3 from this sequence, and it's short, and the 4th is even shorter. I wish I had said hello, and I wish I had asked, is it you? And I wish I had made a scene, and I wish I had leered and sneered, and I wish I had kicked you in the nuts, and I wish. But these are teenage wishes, or at least they are not grown-up wishes. And sense is to wish only that I had no such wishes. So I ought to be glad I only wondered if it was you and did nothing more. I wish, but I had so many wishes, and so did you, and that's why it broke in the first place. So let's face it, wishing's no good to anyone. And then, of course, a few days later, it occurred to me it couldn't possibly have been him, because since when do hairlines go down over time? For the best. Best of all, perhaps, is that I hoped when I wrote down that dream, it might be the very last thing I ever wrote about you. And now it turns out